lines here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV momentarily. Brandon's working on a couple things. We will be on Good Guys tonight. Oh, we're live on Good Guys, Brandon says. We are live on Good Guys Radio TV, so make sure you check us out there if you're not already. Taking a look at the home team here on the scoreboard, North Adams Green Devils. They come into the season 1-8 overall and 1-6 in SHAC play. They have their lone win against the Ripley Jays, as if you remember me talking before. West Union beat the Ripley Jays as well. Taking a look at the roster under first-year coach Brady Johnson, they are going to carry 13 on their roster, starting with Landon Moore. He's wearing the 17 jersey. He's a freshman. Trenton Maddox, he's wearing the number 24 jersey. He is also a freshman. Jackson Kuchmar, wearing the number 33 jersey. He is also a freshman. And Austin Bazance, wearing the number 41 jersey. He is also a freshman. Caleb Eldridge, he's wearing the 1 jersey. He's a junior. Carson Osborne, he's wearing the 0 jersey. He is a senior. Connor Young is wearing the 4 jersey. He's a senior as well. Cash Up wears the 6 jersey, and he is a sophomore. Cooper Roush, he is wearing the number 11 jersey, and he is a junior. Trace Evans is a senior, and he is a freshman wearing the number 12 jersey. Got those mixed up. Hutton Shively, he's wearing the number 30 jersey, and he is a sophomore. Colin Toll is wearing the number 10 jersey, and he is a junior. And rounding out their roster is Mr. Carson Raines. He's wearing the 18 jersey, and he is a sophomore. See North Adams a couple of weeks ago. Very solid ball club all the way around. Very good defensively. Just about like West Union a little bit. Just can't get the bats seem to fire. And pitching and defense is there for the Green Devils. Just can't get the bats firing. We should be in for a great ball game here tonight. We're going to take another quick break. We're going to come back, take a look at starters, who's in the field, along with much, much more. We're not too far away from first pitch here at North Adams High School, and we will be back right after this on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union. ProGen's next-generation technology flooring is designed to stand up to the demands of modern life, and it's available now at the Winchester Carpet Outlet. Because ProGen is durable, waterproof, dimensionally stable, and easy to install, it can be used in any room, including rooms that are most prone to moisture and spills, like kitchens and baths. For top-quality flooring, service, and selection at prices that'll floor you, visit the Winchester Carpet Outlet, just off State Route 32 on Tri-County Road, just a few miles west of Winchester, Ohio, and online at winchestercarpetoutlet.com. I
wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peebles Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peebles Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peebles, and online at peeblesmonument.com. Choose Peebles Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Pitching today is number 2, Jacob Day. He is a senior. Jace Morgan is going back cleanup wearing the number 21 jersey and catching. Playing first base and batting fifth is Ian Abbott. He's wearing the number 41 jersey. Nick Barnett, number 44, he's playing second base. In the 7-hole, third baseman Ashton Ferguson. He is a freshman. In the 8-hole, Bryson Francis, a freshman, playing left field. And rounding out their batting order is going to be Carson Francis. He is playing right field. Pitching for the for the Dragons today, Mr. Jacob Day. We can go over a little bit of his stats here real quick. Jacob Day's pitched in 7 games. He's got 12 innings pitched. He's got a 1-0 record, 29 strikeouts with a 4.0 whip. What is whip? Me and Don Bowles talked about this the other day. Whip is walks per innings pitched. So it's basically on how many strikes you throw. And Jacob Day also carrying a 14 ERA. That is a look at the West Union Dragons for tonight's contest. As we get closer to first pitch here at North Adams High School, we're going to take another quick break here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Love pizza? Snappy just made it even easier to satisfy your cravings. Download our brand new Snappy app today and unlock delicious perks. With Snappy Rewards, every order brings you closer to free pizza, exclusive deals, and VIP access to our latest creations. Order faster, earn rewards, and never miss out on a mouth-watering Snappy flavor. Search Snappy Tomato Pizza in your app store now and join the club where every bite pays off.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Magulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Magulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Magulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan. That's the Magulac commitment every single day.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding, family owned and operated since 1958.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. To North Adams High School in this beautiful 71-degree weather, blue skies, a little bit of cloud coverage, but it's not too bad. All in all, we're playing baseball today. So we're going to take a look at the North Adams lineup here, starting lineup here. Presented by Magulac Tire Service, by the way. Magulac Tire Service up in Hillsboro, up there on Route 50. Lori and the gang over there at Magulac doing a great job. North Adams Green Devils, they're going to lead off batter is going to be Mr. Colin Toll. He's wearing the 10 jersey and playing center field. Pitching is the freshman Trace Evans wearing the number 12 jersey. In the 3-hole is Carson Raines wearing the number 18 jersey playing right field. Cleanup batter is Cash Hupp wearing the number 6 jersey and playing second base. Shortstop is senior Connor Young wearing the number 4 jersey. Carson Osborne is wearing the number 0 jersey and he's playing third base. Catching for the Green Devils is Caleb Eldridge and he's wearing the number 1 jersey. Cooper Roush is wearing the number 11 jersey and playing first base. And rounding out the batting lineup for the Green Devils is Hunton Shively. He's playing left field. Pitching for the Green Devils today is Mr. Trace Evans. We're going to look at his stats here a little bit. Trace has pitched in 4 games, 11 2/3 innings. He has a 0-2 record with 9 strikeouts, a 2.38 whip, and a 9.882 ERA. We're getting ready for first pitch action here at North Adams High School as the umpires are meeting with the coaches at home plate. umpires tonight are Mr. Preston Grooms. He will be behind the plate. And Blake Herman will be our field umpire. We're going to take one final break and wrap up between the baselines here at North Adams High School. So we will be back right after this here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow.
What's one of our shows that our listeners love the most?
Yeah, I got a couple things here to sell today.
That's right. It's the Trash and Treasure Trading Post on C103, weekdays starting at 12:30 p.m.
Oh, yes, I'm a private collector.
Get your items on the air by calling 937-544-9722. You can also try out the mailbag items. It's $2 a day, $5 for 3 days. Mail your listings to P.O. Box 103, West Union, Ohio, 45693.
Got a lot of other miscellaneous, too.
And we'll help you turn your trash into treasure.
Leadership Adams will be hosting their second annual golf scramble at Hilltop Golf Course on Friday, May 23rd. Tee time is at 8 a.m. We are currently seeking sponsors to help make this event a success. Your support will not only gain valuable exposure for your business, but it will also demonstrate your commitment to our community. Proceeds will benefit Women Helping Women and the Winchester Storybook Trail. We would be honored to have your support and involvement. Contact a Leadership Adams member today.
I want to give a big shout out to North Adams High School. Not a whole lot of high school baseball teams doing it anymore. We just played the national anthem here before game. And if you are a great lover of the great American game of baseball, nothing is better than the kickoff of a baseball game than having the players line up on the foul lines. You don't touch the white lines because that's bad luck if you're a baseball player, if you believe in that kind of stuff. But both teams lined up on the foul lines, honoring America. Can't get nothing better than that. So big shout out to North Adams High School for that. North Adams is going to take the field as we are getting ready for first pitch action here at North Adams High School. Let's go ahead and set that defense for you. On the mound is going to be freshman Trace Evans. Behind the plate is going to be Caleb Eldridge, the junior. First base is going to be Cooper Roush. Second base is Cash Hupp. Connor Young is the shortstop. Carson Osborne playing third. Hunton Shively is in left field. Colin Toll is in center field. And Carson Raines is in right field. Now taking a look at West Union batting order as they will bat here in the top of the first inning. Jensen Dryden is going to lead things off, followed by Owen Davis, Jacob Day, Jace Morgan, Ian Abbott, Nick Barnett, Ashton Ferguson, Bryson Francis, and Carson Francis is going to be the order for the West Union Dragons. So that's Dryden, Davis, Day, Morgan, Abbott, Barnett, Ferguson, Francis, Bryson Francis, and Carson Francis. So taking a look at how these two teams paired last year, North Adams took both meetings last year against West Union. Hopefully West Union can turn the tide here a little bit and maybe get a win here this year. North Adams is taking the field. We're getting ready to take a throwdown here. Let's take one more final break here, and we'll conclude between the baselines here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union.
First pitch action here at North Adams High School, and that's going to conclude Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch, financial advisor with Edward Jones Financial Group, as Jensen Dryden's going to step in and take strike one as he was swinging there. Trace Evans on the mound, 4 games, 11 2/3 inning. The freshman pitcher fires, ball just a little bit outside. That's going to run the count to 1-1 here. Beautiful day for some baseball action. Evans comes set. The 1-1 pitch. Ball just a little bit outside. Runs count to 2-1. Dryden, Davis, and Day is going to be 1, 2, 3 batters for the Dragons here in the top of the first. As there is a pop fly in the infield straight up. Second baseman Hupp's going to come in and make the catch there. 1 down. Now batting for the West Union Dragons is going to be the center fielder, Owen Davis. Owen Davis comes in. He's got 11 at-bats this year, 4 runs, 4 stolen bases with a .500 on-base percentage and a 0 batting average. Still searching for that first hit as Evans comes in. Set. Strike on the outside corner, says home plate umpire Mr. Preston Grooms. The 0-1 pitch, that's going to be just a bit high. Brandon, you know what that reference means? Just a bit high? That is from a late, great broadcaster, and I can't remember his name right now. Trace Evans comes set for the 1-1 pitch. Ball, that's going to be low and outside. Runs count to 2-1 here. I'd like to take this time to thank First State Bank for making this broadcast possible. Learn more about First State Bank learn more about First State Bank at a local branch in Southern Ohio or Northern Kentucky, or online at fsb4me.com. Trace Evans comes set. Davis shows a bunt, but takes a strike anyway. That's going to run the count full here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first. We'd also like to thank our season sponsor, including Barber Napa Auto Parts in Peebles and Hillsboro. Stop by Barber to keep your vehicle running in tip-top shape this summer. Swing and a miss there by Owen Davis. That's going to go down as the first strikeout of the day for Mr. Trace Evans. That's going to bring to bat Mr. Jacob Day, the pitcher. Jacob's got 24 at-bats, 12 runs, 13 hits, 5 doubles, 7 RBIs. As Trace Evans comes set. Fires a strike there on the outside corner. Trace Evans, like we said, 4 games, 11 2/3. He's got 9 strikeouts, 0-2 record overall. The way he's pitching here early, folks, he looks good. That's a ball just a bit outside. Evans doing a nice job of keeping the ball away and nibbling at the corners, keeping the ball out of the heart of the plate. As there's a hard shot to the shortstop, Connor Young. He's going to come up with it, field it. Throw over to first is over the first baseman's head, and that is going to go down as a E6. And Jacob Day is going to reach first. And the Dragons have some 2-out life left here as the catcher, Jace Morgan's going to step into the plate. Jace is a .520 batting average and a .676 on-base percentage. He's had 25 at-bats so far on this season. Trace Evans comes set, takes a look over at first. Just a bit high, ball 1. Jace Morgan at bat. Ian Abbott is on deck. Nick Barnett is in the hole for the Dragons. Evans comes set, the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be a foul, or that's going to be a fly ball. And Cash Hupp, he went to cover the base, but makes a nice play over there in second place in short right field. That's going to be good enough for the third out of the inning. We're going to go fly out to the second baseman there for the third out. And that's going to be 3 outs for the Dragons. As the Green Devils come to bat here in the bottom of the first, we're going to take a quick break here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
ProGen's next-generation technology flooring is designed to stand up to the demands of modern life, and it's available now at the Winchester Carpet Outlet. Because ProGen is durable, waterproof, dimensionally stable, and easy to install, it can be used in any room, including rooms that are most prone to moisture and spills, like kitchens and baths. For top-quality flooring, service, and selection at prices that'll floor you, visit the Winchester Carpet Outlet, just off State Route 32 on Tri-County Road, just a few miles west of Winchester, Ohio, and online at winchestercarpetoutlet.com. I
wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Colin Toll, Trace Evans, Carson Raines. That's going to be the lineup here, due up for the Green Devils. Let's go ahead and set that defense for the West Union Dragons here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitching on the mound is going to be the senior Jacob Day. Behind the plate is going to be Jace Morgan, the freshman. Ian Abbott's at first. Nick Barnett's at second. Ashton Ferguson is at third. Jensen Dryden is playing shortstop. Excuse me. Bryson Francis is in left field, Owen Davis is in center field, and Carson Francis is in right field. So that is Day on the mound, Morgan behind the plate, Abbott at first, Barnett at second, Ferguson at third, Dryden at shortstop, Bryson Francis in left field, Davis in center field, and Carson Francis in right field. Colin Toll's getting ready to come to bat here, as the catcher is getting ready to throw down here in just a minute. We'll go ahead and take a look at Colin Toll's stats. He's batted 24 times this year. He's got 6 runs, 4 hits, 9 stolen bases, with a .259 on-base percentage and a .167 batting average. Jacob Day, he's pitched in 7 games. He's got 12 innings pitched. He's got a 1-0 record with 29 strikeouts, a 4.00 whip, and a 14 ERA for the senior hurler for West Union. As we would like to take this time to thank another one of our season sponsors here again, including Baxla Tractor Sales right here in Seaman and Batavia, your local dealer for Kubota, Land Pride, X-Marks, and more. Make sure you stop over and see the guys at Baxla. Chris and the gang over there, they do a great job, been around for a long time. I might need to go see them here pretty soon and get me a new zero turn. Jacob Day's going to come set with the first pitch. A little curveball to start off things. That's going to be inside for ball 1. Colin Toll, the sophomore center fielder for the Green Devils today, is leading off here. Day comes set with the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be fouled back to the backstop. Run the count 1-1. Time for that Higgins scoreboard update, brought to you by Higgins Steel Roofing, providing professional materials to their professional customers. Well, what's the score? Well, there is no score here, as we're in the bottom of the first inning. Dragons come up empty in the first, and we're in the bottom of the first here as Day hangs a curveball over to third base. Colin Toll's going to reach. That's going to go down as a E5, as the third baseman Ferguson couldn't quite hold on to that, and Toll is going to reach first base there. That's going to bring the pitcher, Trace Evans, to bat. Evans has 6 hits on the season, 4 RBIs, 5 stolen bases with a .353 batting average. Day from the stretch here. Take a look over at Colin Toll. He's going to go, and he's going to be up no problem at second base, as that's going to be a pass ball getting past the catcher, Morgan, there. We're going to give that a pass ball. Colin Toll moves into scoring position. Trace Evans at bat. Let's see if the pitcher can help himself out here at the bottom of the first inning. As Day comes set, takes a look at the runner on second. And that's going to be a check swing foul ball down the first baseline. That's going to run the count to 1-1 here. Beautiful day out here in Seaman, Ohio for some baseball action. Freshly cut grass. The field looks immaculate. As there's a shot out to left center field by Evans. Colin Toll's going to try it. He's going to round third, heading for home. He's going to be up easy. Third comes into second. Evans safe at second base. As the pitcher, Trace Evans, comes up with a big shot out to the left center field gap. Good enough for a double and an RBI for the pitcher. That's going to give the Green Devils a 1-0 lead.
Now batting right fielder, Carson Raines.
Carson Raines going to come to bat here, the right fielder in the game, as he's going to hit a hot shot towards the shortstop, Dryden. He's going to make the throw over to first base. In time, as Evans is going to try to score all the way from second, and he comes in. He's safe. Evans getting a little aggressive on the base pads. Pays off, and he's going to score. As the runner is going to ground out to the short, or as the batter, Carson Raines there, is going to ground out to the shortstop for the first out of the inning. But Trace Evans is going to come all the way from second and score. That's going to bring Cash Hupp to the plate. The sophomore second baseman's had 21 at-bats this year, 5 runs, 4 hits, 3 RBIs, 5 stolen bases. As Jacob Day comes from the windup, hangs a curveball down to the third baseman, Ferguson. Nice backhand play, but the throw is just a little bit high and pulls the foot off the bag. That's going to go down as an E5. Nice backhand play there at third by Ferguson. The throw just sailed on him a little bit as he had the speed of Hupp going against him there. I do apologize, folks. I'm sorry about that. Connor Young come to bat, and he's going to hit a little pop out to the third baseman. For the second out of the inning, is the Green Devils are being a little aggressive here tonight on the North Adams hurler. That's going to bring to the plate Carson Osborne. Carson Osborne, the senior third baseman, has had 19 at-bats, 4 runs, 4 hits, and 5 stolen bases. As the runner from first is going to head down to second, Hupp's going to go in standing up on second. That's going to give him a stolen base. For Cash Hupp, he's going to move up to second base. That was a ball on the play. 1-0 count to the senior Carson Osborne. Day comes set looking. He's going to take a little peek over at Hupp at second base. Step off, getting back. Plenty of time, no throw. Osborne steps in, ready for the pitch. He's going to spike a curveball into the dirt. Nice stop there by Morgan. As Cash Hupp's going to read that, we're going to give him a stolen base on that. He's going to move over to third base. As the Green Devils threatening again with another run 90 feet away, sitting over there at third base. Osborne going to foul that one off his foot in the box. It's going to run the count to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jacob Day, the senior hurler for the Dragons, comes set here from the stretch. Takes a peek over at third base at Hupp. The 2-1 pitch. That's going to be fouled off by Osborne behind him down the third base line. Still, oh no, that's going to run the count to 2-2. 2-2 count. 2-2 count, 2 outs here, bottom first. Green Devils already with 2 runs in. They lead it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Dave fires in the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be just high. It looks like a curveball that just didn't quite curve there. Full count here, runner on third. Day comes set. Strike 3 swinging by the senior Carson Osborne. That's going to be 3 outs, but not before the Green Devils strike for 2 runs. That's 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, as we're going to head to the top of the second. The Dragons come up to bat here in the top of the second. We'll be right back here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peoples Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peoples Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peoples, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose Peoples Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Abbott, Barnett, and Ferguson due up for the Dragons here in the top of the second inning, trailing 2-0 to the North Adams Green Devils. As Trace Evans, the pitcher, is going to come get the ball from the infield. Going to slap hands a little bit, wish him good luck. Ian Abbott up to the bat for the Dragons. Ian's got 8 at-bats on the season, 1 run, 3 hits, 1 double, 14 RBIs, 500 batting average with a 375, or 500 on-base percentage with a 375 batting average. As Trace Evans fires ball 1 in to Mr. Abbott. Evans going to fire ball 2, just a little bit high there. 2-0 on the batter. Nick Barnett, the senior second baseman, is in the on-deck circle as Abbott swings and misses at strike 1. Runs count to 2-1 now. Get rolling before each and every game with the Magulac Tire Service starting lineups. Remember, Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs on the road and on the farm. Lori Magulac, what a great lady she is. Does a great job up there. I've done it for many years. Make sure you go up and see her. Trace Evans going to come set. Abbott's going to work himself a walk there to lead off this inning for the Dragons. As that's going to bring to bat the senior second baseman, Nick Barnett. Nick Barnett's got 18 at-bats with 3 runs, 1 hit, 2 RBIs, 3 stolen bases. As Abbott's going to take a nice 3-step lead there off first base. Evans fires strike 1 into the batter. 0-1 count. Let's set that defense for you for North Adams one more time. We got Eldridge behind the plate. Evans on the mound. Cooper Roush at first. Cash Hupp is at second. We'll finish that here in just a minute as ball 1 is fired in. 1-1 count. Connor Young, the senior, is playing short. Carson Osborne, the other senior, is playing third. Hunton Shively is in left field. Colin Toll's in center field. And Carson Raines is in right field. Trace Evans fires strike 2 in there as Nick Barnett swings and misses. And Abbott over there getting a nice lead. Nice little 3-step lead over there. Evans looks over. 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner. That's going to be the first out of the inning and the second strikeout of the game for Mr. Trace Evans. That's going to bring the bat Ashton Ferguson, the third baseman, as he swings and misses for strike one. Ashton Ferguson, he's going to come in with a .350 on-base percentage and a .278 batting averages. We're going to have a pickoff throw over to first base. Just back in time is Abbott. That was a nice, quick pickoff move there by Trace Evans. 0-1 count, 1 out, top of the second. We're at North Adams High School as Ashton Ferguson's going to swing and miss at strike two. I'd like to take this time to thank Roberts Paving in Hillsborough for being one of our season sponsors. Roberts Paving, your premier paving contractor in Southern Ohio. Trace Evans comes set, swing and a miss as there's a third down to first base. And he is back in plenty of time, but Ashton Ferguson's going to go down swinging for the second out of the inning. That's going to be the second strikeout here in the inning for Trace Evans, third overall in the game. As coming to bat now is going to be Bryson Francis, the left fielder. Bryson's a lefty batter. Got the stance pretty squared up there. Trace Evans takes a look over at the runner at first. Ball just a little bit high. It's going to run the count to 1-0. 1-0, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. As Trace Evans fires strike one in. Make sure if you are watching us here on Good Guys Radio TV, you tune in to C103. Don Bowles and Mr. Matt Hildebrand are up there for Manchester and Lynchburg, what should be a great ball game. Two first-place teams in Divisions 1 and 2 in the Shack. Should be a great contest up there. Make sure you tune in over to C103 and watch us here on Good Guys Radio TV. As that's going to be strike three called on the outside corner. 4 up, 3 down on 3 strikeouts on the back of the freshman Trace Evans. We're going to head to the bottom of the second with the Green Devils leading 2-0 right here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Love pizza? Snappy just made it even easier to satisfy your cravings. Download our brand new Snappy app today and unlock delicious perks. With Snappy Rewards, every order brings you closer to free pizza, exclusive deals, and VIP access to our latest creations. Order faster, earn rewards, and never miss out on a mouth-watering Snappy flavor. Search Snappy Tomato Pizza in your app store now and join the club where every bite pays off.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsborough to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsborough. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan. That's the Maggulac commitment every single day.
7, 8, and 9 due up for the Green Devils here in the bottom of the second inning. That's Caleb Eldridge, Cooper Roush, and Hutton Shively due up for the Green Devils. As Jacob Day warming up here. We'd like to take this time to thank Roush Insurance Agency, celebrating over 85 years in business, located on East Main Street in West Union. Proud supporters of this coverage of Shack baseball action. 2-0 here in the bottom of the second as the Green Devils come up ready to bat. Caleb Eldridge, looking at his stats, he's got 25 at bats, 5 runs. Oh, sorry, folks, we got some papers blown away here. 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 double, 3 RBIs, 3 stolen bases with a .227 on-base percentage and a .227 batting average. Caleb Eldridge, Cooper Roush, Hutton Shively due up here, bottom of the second inning. Green Devils are up 2-0. I watched the Green Devils play a couple weeks ago, and they were trying to be patient in the bats. Today here, it looks like they're being the aggressor As Jacob Day is going to fire a nice hook in there for strike one. Nice little curveball. It caught the outside corner there from Jacob Day. He's going to come set with the 0-1 pitch. That one he's going to spike down in the dirt. Run the counts to 1-1. Let's set the defense for you for the West Union Dragons. Day's on the mound. Morgan's behind the plate. Ian Abbott's at first. Nick Barnett's at second. Ashton Ferguson at third. Jensen Dryden is at shortstop as that pitch comes in ball high. 2-1 count to the Green Devil catcher. Jensen Dryden playing shortstop. Bryson Francis in left field. Owen Davis in center field. And Carson Francis is in right field. Big swing and a miss there by Caleb Eldridge. Runs count to 2-2. Two and two count here. Payoff pitch coming. Curveball stayed up high. Runs the count full here. Green Devils in the first inning got two runs on one hit. Reached on 2 errors and struck out 1 time there in the top of the first inning. And that's going to be a line shot foul down the left field line. And we will do a full count over again. Jacob Day, the senior pitcher for West Union, comes set, fires pitch. Caleb Eldridge going to foul that one off into the West Union dugout. So we got a nice little battle brewing here between Eldridge and Jacob Day. So we're going to run it again, 3-2, full count. Day's coming in with the pitch. As Eldridge is going to hit a high fly out to left field. Francis settles under it for the catch. That's going to be the first out of the inning. That's going to be a fly out to left field. As when that left the bat from Eldridge, I thought he got more of it than that. But Francis settled under it there. 1 out in the inning. Up to bat now for the Green Devils is going to be the first baseman, Cooper Roush. Cooper's had 18 at-bats. He's got a .227 on-base percentage as he looks at strike one there on the hook. Catches the inside corner. Cooper Roush has got a .227 on-base percentage with a 56 batting average. 1 RBI, 1 hit, 5 runs on the young season. As we're going to have a timeout here for an injured player. We're going to take a quick break here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding. Family owned and operated since 1958.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained. Because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Welcome back to North Adams High School. We're going to have a little player change here as the catcher, Jason Morgan, took a foul ball off the wrist. He's in a lot of pain, so we're going to do a little catcher swap here as the Second baseman Nick Barnett is going to come in to play catcher now. Well, let me make this change on here. Nick Barnett is going to go to catcher. And it looks like we're going to send Mr. Jace Morgan out to second base to play the field. So, Jace Morgan took a foul ball right off the wrist there and caused him a little bit of pain. So we're going to do a little pitcher swap here. While they're doing that, we're going to take another quick break here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
What's one of our shows that our listeners love the most?
Yeah, I got a couple things here to sell today.
That's right. It's the Trash and Treasure Trading Post on C103 weekdays starting at 12:30 p.m.
Oh yes, I'm a private collector.
Get your items on the air by calling 937-544-9722. You can also try out the mailbag items. It's $2 a day, $5 for 3 days. Mail your listings to P.O. Box 103, West Union, Ohio 45693.
Got a lot of other miscellaneous too.
And we'll help you turn your trash into treasure.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're at North Adams High School for West Union against North Adams. Had a little player change there, as Mr. Nick Barnett is going to be catching for us now. Make sure you tune in tomorrow as we got a doubleheader action of baseball action on C103 and Good Guys Radio TV and 99.5 again tomorrow. I will have to double check on who we got. Then Friday, I'll be back with you, coming to you live from Fairfield High School. As you are in for a doozy there Friday, make sure you tune in for that one. Fairfield Lions going to take on the Manchester Greyhounds. That should be a fantastic ball game. As we're going to go back to live action here right at North Adams High School. Cooper Roush is going to step back in. He's got an 0-1 count right now as Jacob Day comes set. Fires. That's going to be a foul ball off Cooper's foot for strike two. Jacob Day so far in the game, he's given up one hit, 2 runs, both unearned. Or one unearned, one earned. As Cooper Roush is going to strike out looking there on the drop third strike. Barnett's going to throw down the first. Plenty of time for the second out of the inning. Sorry, I paused there, folks. The umpire kind of shouted that out as Hunton Shively is going to come up being aggressive and foul ball for strike one off the backstop there. Hunton Shively coming in. He's got 26 at-bats, 2 runs, 2 hits, 5 RBIs with 1 stolen base on the season as Jacob Day fires. Shively's going to hit a little blooper out into center field. That's good. Going to be down. Good enough for a single. So he's going to take a big turn there around first base. So that is going to be a single out to center field for Mr. Hunton Shively. We're going to flip the lineup over back to the top of the order. Colin Toll. Colin reached on an E5 in the first inning and later on come in to score the first run of the ball game for the Green Devils. As Jacob Day comes set, takes a peek over. Shively takes off for second base, and he's going to have to run back. As Colin Toll's going to jump over the first pitch for a foul ball there. I always hated that when you were going on the first pitch, and then the batter fouled one off. I wasted all my energy running over to second. And Brandon, I never did have a lot of speed or anything. As Shively's going to take second there uncontested. We're going to give him a stolen base as Shively's going to move into scoring position. And that's going to run the count to 1-1 there. I never was a speedster by any means, Brandon, but I always hated that. We're going to have time out here as Jacob Day didn't like the pitch that was called there. Colin Toll comes set. Colin Toll, 259 on base percentage on the year with a 167 batting average. As he's going to foul off another pitch down the third baseline. It's going to run the count to 1-2. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on second. Shively standing on second after he singled to center field. As Day's going to spike a ground ball or a curve ball past catcher Barnett. That's going to allow Mr. Shively to move over 90 more feet to third base on a pass ball, and that's going to run the count to 2-2. We're rolling twos. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. And North Adams is up 2-0. It's Colin Shively. He's going to hit a shot to the shortstop. Dryden on the throw over. Not in time. And on the throw over, Hutton Shively is going to score. So we're going to give Colin Toll there an infield hit. As he's going to reach and get an RBI there, and Trace Evans is going to come up to bat. Trace Evans hit a double in the first inning to the center field, or the left center field gap, I should say. Colin Toll takes off for second. He's going to be in there uncontested with a stolen base. As Trace Evans is going to look at ball one, I should say. I do apologize. Ball one. Hutton Shively scores on the infield hit there by Colin Toll. And Trace Evans is up to bat with a 1-0 count. As Trace Evans is going to hit a shot down the right field line. That's going to be fair ball. Colin Toll's going to round third, head for home. He's going to score easily as Trace Evans is back into second base with a double. So the pitcher helping himself out here a little bit as he's going to have another double. And we're going to give him another RBI as that's his second RBI of the day and with his second double of the day. So we're going to give him a double. And that one was down the right field line. And that brings up Carson Raines, the sophomore right fielder, to the plate. Carson grounded out to the shortstop his first time at bat. As on the pitch there, on the pass ball, Trace Evans is going to move over to third base. As Jacob Day is going to fire over to third base. Hutton Shively wasn't paying attention, but got back in there with time. Carson Raines going to step in. Ahead in the count, 1-0. Jacob Day comes set. He's going to fire a shot. That's going to hit the 5-6 hole over there between third and short for a single for Carson Raines. Single to left field, and that's going to bring in Mr. Trace Evans on the play. And that's going to bring up the sophomore second baseman, Cash Hupp. As on the play, Carson Raines is going to move over on the pass ball to second base. Cash Hupp looks at ball one there. So far in this inning, the Green Devils with 3 across the plate on the back of 4 hits and 1 error by the Green Devils. As there's another pass ball. That's going to allow Carson Raines to move over to third. That's going to be ball number 2 on the play. 2-0 count on Carson Raines. 23 at-bats, 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 double, 2 RBIs, 4 stolen bases on the year for the sophomore second baseman. As Carson Raines is going to hit a pop fly. And that's going to fall into foul territory. That's going to run the count to 2-1. Let's go ahead and get a Higgins scoreboard update. And we'll get right back to that as Cash Hupp's going to hit a nice little dribbler, infield dribbler down the third base line. That's going to be fair, and there's going to be no play, so that's going to be an infield hit for Cash Hupp. And on the play, Carson Raines is going to come in to score. That's going to bring to the plate the senior shortstop, Connor Young. Connor Young looks at first pitch strike as Cash Hupp on the pass ball there. The runner's going to go from first to third as the third down was not in time. And Cash Hupp's going to go all the way to third as the Green Devils are threatening with another runner 90 feet away. Connor Young's going to swing and miss at strike two. It's going to run the count to 0-2. Connor Young popped out to the third baseman in the first inning for out number 2. Connor, senior shortstop, supporting a .385 on-base percentage with a .273 batting average. And there's a shot into the left field gap. Cash Hupp's going to score easy, and Young's going to make a big turn around first base. But he's in there with an RBI single to left field.
Now batting, third baseman, Carson Osborne.
That's going to be an RBI. That's going to bring to the plate the other senior on the team, Mr. Carson Osborne. So he's going to look at ball one there. We're going to get back to that Higgins scoreboard update. Brought to you by Higgins Steel Roofing in Hillsboro and Jackson. Score here in the bottom of the second. Green Devils 7. Dragons 0. 7-0 here in the second. That is your Higgins scoreboard update. Carson Osborne steps in. Back into the plate. Connor Young got a stolen base there on the previous play. Day comes set. Curveball in the dirt for a ball. Pass ball there as Connor Young's going to advance over to third base. Runs count 2-1 on the senior third baseman for the Green Devils, Osborne. There's a shot hit to the shortstop. That's going to be off his knee. That's going to be good enough for an RBI there. We're going to call that an infield hit. That was a hot shot right there off the glove of Dryden. And that's going to give Carson Osborne an RBI. So we're going to come back. Caleb Eldridge back up to bat. He flew out here earlier in this inning as he hits a foul ball. Ooh, that's close to my car. Ooh. Got a truck. Back to Caleb Eldridge. He flew out here earlier in this second inning as the Green Devils have batted around now. Flew out to left field on a shot that I thought had a lot more carry than what it did as he swings and misses there. For strike two. Big old curveball there by Jacob Day. Runs count to 0-2. Carson Osborne moves over to second. As there's a ground ball hit to the first baseman. Flips over to first. Today covering in time. But not before the Green Devils get 6 runs in the bottom of the second. They take an 8-0 lead. We'll be back right after this on Good Guys Radio TV 99.5 The Edge. Good Guys Radio TV presented by CMT Components.
What's one of our shows that our listeners love the most?
Yeah, I got a couple things here to sell today.
Leadership Adams will be hosting their second annual golf scramble at Hilltop Golf Course on Friday, May 23rd. Tea time is at 8 a.m. We are currently seeking sponsors to help make this event a success. Your support will not only gain valuable exposure for your business, but it will also demonstrate your commitment to our community. Proceeds will benefit Women Helping Women and the Winchester Storybook Trail. We would be honored to have your support and involvement. Contact a Leadership Adams member today.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union.
Over on our sister station, C103, Lynchburg Clay's on top of Manchester, 7-0 in the top of the 4th inning. We're in the top of the 3rd inning here at North Adams High School as the Green Devils lead the West Union Dragons 8-0. As due up for the Dragons going to be Carson Francis, Jensen Dryden, and Owen Davis. They're going to go 9-1-2 here in the top of the 3rd. Southern Hills Community Bank, with locations throughout the Shack, wants to wish our student athletes the best of luck. Southern Hills Community Bank, proud sponsors of this coverage of Shack baseball action. Shack baseball action. You couldn't ask for a better day. Also, I'd like to congratulate Lynchburg. Lynchburg Clay Mustangs baseball team. They are state ranked. In the latest polls released, they move up to number 11 state rank. They are in Division 5. We got 7 divisions this year in baseball, just like everything else. As we are ready for first pitch action here in the 3rd inning, that's going to be a ball outside to Carson Francis, the right fielder. He's had 8 at-bats with 2 stolen bases, 111 on-base percentage, and yet to get to that first hit yet on the season. Trace Evans is going to spike that one in the dirt for ball 2. Evans struck out. Walked the first guy in the 2nd inning, and then struck out the next 3 batters there in the bottom of the 2nd inning. He's got 4 total strikeouts on the day tonight so far. As he comes in, fires right down Broadway. That's just going to run the count 2-1 on the Dragons right fielder Carson Francis. As Evans comes set. He's going to paint the corner. That's going to run the count to 2-2. Payoff pitch in. That's a foul ball down the first base line. We'll do it again. Trace Evans, only a freshman on the year. Go over his stats here again. He's pitched in 4 games, 11 2/3 inning. He's got an 0-2 record with 9 strikeouts. The 4 strikeouts so far today, that bumps him up to 13 on the year. As Francis is going to foul another one off. As he's battling here, and we're going to have a 2-2 count still. Beautiful day for baseball action. Fresh cut grass. Big shout out to Mr. Ryan Unger as there's strike 3 on Carson Francis. That is Trace Evans' 5th strikeout, his 4th in a row. Jensen Dryden coming back to bat. Jensen, his first time at bat, he flew out to the second baseman for the first out in the inning back in the 1st. Jensen, only a sophomore. He's had 18 at-bats, 5 runs, 3 hits, 2 RBIs, 8 stolen bases on the year as he takes ball 1 there. Back to Trace Evans. He's got a 238 whip as he fires strike 1 in there. 238 whip with a 9.88 ERA. He's going to fire ball 2 in the dirt. Jensen Dryden up bat. Owen Davis on deck. Owen Davis struck out his first time back in the first inning. As Jensen Dryden's going to hit a shot to the shortstop. Connor Young with the throw over to first base in plenty of time for out number 2. That's going to be a ground out to the shortstop. That's going to be the second out of the inning. That's going to bring Owen Davis to the plate. Owen Davis got 12 at-bats now on the year with 4 runs, 4 stolen bases with a .500 on-base percentage. Owen Davis is senior center fielder for the Dragons as Evans comes set and fires. He's going to fire, strike 1 in there. Says home plate umpire Preston Grooms. Preston Grooms behind the plate. Blake Herman out in the field for our umpiring crew today. As there's Owen Davis is going to foul one off his hands. That's going to be a foul ball right here down the first base line. That's going to run the count to 0-2. 0-2, 2 outs here, top third. Like we said, Owen Davis, the senior center fielder, .500 on-base percentage with a 0 batting average. As he's going to look at ball 1 in the dirt. It's going to make the count 1-2 on the batter as Trace Evans comes set here for the 1-2 pitch. And Owen Davis is going to look at strike 3. That's going to be 3 outs. So at the end of, or I guess midway through the third inning, North Adams still going to have a 8-0 lead, and they come to bat here in the bottom of the fourth, and they're going to bring the 1, 2, 3, 4 batters up in the inning. We'll be right back after this on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV.
ProGen's next-generation technology flooring is designed to stand up to the demands of modern life, and it's available now at the Winchester Carpet Outlet. Because ProGen is durable, waterproof, dimensionally stable, and easy to install, it can be used in any room, including rooms that are most prone to moisture and spills, like kitchens and baths. For top-quality flooring, service, and selection at prices that'll floor you, visit the Winchester Carpet Outlet, just off State Route 32 on Tri-County Road, just a few miles west of Winchester, Ohio, and online at winchestercarpetoutlet.com. I
wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
I lied to you. The Green Devils are going to bring 8, 9, and 1 to bat here in the bottom of the third inning, leading 8-0 over the West Union Dragons. I'd like to take this time to thank Chuck Waite Tire Service, proud sponsor of Shack Athletics. Visit your ultimate destination for tires, wheels, and more in Morristown or at chuckwaitetire.com. Chuck Waite, Miss Mariah up there, do a great job up there for all your tire needs there in Morristown. Jacob Day, the pitcher, still on the mound. It looks like we're going to have another player positioning change as Mr. Carson Francis is going to come in to catch now. And that's going to move Nick Barnett out to right field. Jacob Day still on the mound for the Dragons. Jacob Day so far on the day, he's got 2 strikeouts. He's given up 8 hits, 8 runs, stranded 2 on the day. Cooper Roush is going to be due up for the Green Devils. Cooper, the junior first baseman for the Green Devils, he struck out his first time looking on 3 pitches. Cooper Roush has got 19 at-bats now on the year for 5 runs, 1 hit, 1 RBI, with a .227 on-base percentage and a .056 batting average. As Jacob Day is going to come set here and fire the first pitch in. Roush is going to foul that one off for strike 1. We'll get inside the game with the Adams County Regional Medical Center Coaches Comment Show after our final out, presented by ACRMC Family Medicine. Adams County Family Medicine, you can see it right across the way here at North Adams High School baseball field. ACRMC doing a great job, and no, I'm not just saying that because my mother's employed by them. As Jacob Day is going to fire a pitch in, that's going to hit Cooper Roush there on the play. Cooper's going to take his base down to first. Take his place down at first base is what I was trying to say, Brandon. That's going to bring up the sophomore left fielder, Hutton Shively. Hutton Shively, he singled to center field his first time up. Come around to score later on. As Cooper Roush is going to take second base there, give him his first stolen base on the season. As Hutton Shively looked at strike 1 there. Hutton Shively jumps all over that one, sends it to the right field. They're going to wave Cooper Roush around to home. Throw comes into second. Hutton Shively in there in plenty of time, and Cooper Roush scores on the play. Give Hutton Shively another single, and we're going to say he advanced to second on the throw. And he gets an RBI on the play. As we flip the order back over to the top, Colin Toll. Colin's 1 for 1 on the day, reached on an error in the first. Had an infield hit to the shortstop in the second, coming around to score both times. As he's going to look at an inside curveball for strike 1. Hutton Shively is going to move over to third base there on the stolen base. Colin Shively's going to hit a little dribbler back to the pitcher. Nice backhand play by Jacob Day. Throws over to first in time. On the play, Hutton Shively's going to score at home as Colin Toll's going to ground out to the pitcher for the first out of the inning, but he's going to get himself an RBI on the play. Coming up to bat now is Trace Evans, the pitcher. Trace is having a nice day. He's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and 2 RBIs. As he looks at ball 1 there. Trace hit a double to the left center field gap his first time up. And then the second time up, hit a double down the right field line. Both getting RBIs on those plays. And then he also come in to score himself on those plays. Or later on in the inning. So Trace Evans, freshman batter. That's just a bit inside for ball 2. That's going to run the count to 3-0 on Trace Evans, the pitcher. We're going to have timeout as head coach Brady Johnson wants to talk to his batter. Heading the count here 3-0. Begin your pathway to completion today with Southern State Community College at sscc.edu. Thanks to Southern State for sponsoring our baseball coverage. Southern State Community College. Great school to attend to as Trace Evans is going to look at strike 1 there. That's going to run the count to 3-1 here in the top of the third. That's going to be a shot to the third baseman. Morgan's going to make the play. Throw is not going to be in time. That's going to go down as an infield hit for Trace Evans. That's going to bring number 18, Carson Raines, to the plate. Carson's 1 for 2. He grounded out to the shortstop his first time at bat, as he's going to wear one there and get hit by the pitch. And he's going to go down to second, which will allow Trace Evans to go over to he's going to go down to first, which will allow Trace Evans to go down to second. That gives Carson Raines on base. It's going to bring up Cash Hupp, the sophomore second baseman. That's going to be straight up in behind us for strike number 1. Not going to lie, I was a little nervous for my life there, Brandon. Oh, yeah, we got the canopy. We're good. Jacob Day, the senior hurler, has fired a lot of pitches in this game so far. But he's battling the whole way as he fires in the 0-1 pitch. That's going to be low in the dirt. As both runners will advance on the stolen bases there on the pitch. Cash Hupp's going to hit a shot up the middle. That's going to get through into center field. Carson Raines is going to head home. Throw's going to come into second. Not in time. As Cash Hupp is going to be credited with a double there to center field. And he's also going to get 2 RBIs on the play. And he is going to get a double. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change on the field. Yep, I do believe that's what's happening. We're going to take a quick break here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peoples Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peoples Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peoples, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose Peoples Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Day for Mr. Jacob Day. He's going to come into the game, pitch 2 1/3. He's going to have 2 strikeouts. He gives up 9 hits on the day and allows 12 runs. And I'll get into a little more depth in the post game on earned and unearned runs. If you're Jacob Day, you definitely take away, you did not have a walk on the day. You threw strikes. North Adams did their job. They hit the ball. Jacob Day with a nice performance out there. Battled the whole way and was throwing strikes. Got a nice curveball on him for the senior hurler. So he's going to head over to third base, and that's going to bring in Jace Morgan is going to come in to pitch now for the Dragons. That's going to bring Connor Young to the plate. I want to give Connor a big shout out and congratulations. Connor and his counterpart, Breeston Swikert, are heading to Shawnee State to play golf next year. Both of them signing their letters of intent last week. Might have been the week before. Anyways, both signed their letter of intent to go down and play some golf. So big shout out to those 2 guys. Congratulations. Not an easy task to continue your athletic career at the next level. I would hate to be on a golf course with those 2 guys, that's for sure. So he's going to swing and miss there at strike. That's going to run the count to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike here to the senior shortstop for the Green Devils. Cash up 90 feet away as he's going to come in and try to score here. And he's up in plenty of time there on the pass ball. That's going to be ball 2. That's going to bring the count to 2-1 for the senior shortstop. Connor Young is 1 for 2 in the game. He popped out to the third baseman his first time up. Single to left field his second time at bat and come around to score. Chase Morgan comes sets as Connor Young's going to hit a shot in the between the first and the second baseman. It's going to go out into right field. That's going to be good enough for a single. Now on the overthrow there, back to the pitcher, Connor Young's going to take over second base. That's going to bring the senior third baseman to the plate, Carson Osborne. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Struck out in the first with an infield hit in the second, and an RBI was left stranded in the second inning. As Connor Young with a nice lead off second base. That ball's going to be just high and allow Connor Young to move over 90 feet on the pass ball. Get in that Higgins Steel Roofing scoreboard update. Higgins has there's a shot by Carson Osborne into left field. That's going to score Connor Young. Osborne going to take a big turn around first, as we're going to credit him with a single to left field. And that is going to be an RBI for them. That's Carson Osborne's second RBI of the day, and that's going to bring up to bat Caleb Eldridge, the catcher. As Morgan's going to fire strike 1 in there. That's going to allow Carson Osborne to move over to second on the stolen base. Caleb Eldridge looks at strike 1 there. Eldridge 0 for 2 here in the game. Flied out to left field his first at bat and grounded out to the first baseman his second at bat. Looking at a 1-1 count here. Bottom of the third. As we're going to get back to that Higgins scoreboard update. Higgins Steel Roofing, located in Hillsboro and Jackson. 14-0 here in the bottom of the third for the Green Devils on top of the Dragons. Eldridge going to catch that one off the end of the bat. Day's going to charge, and he's not going to have a play. That's going to be an infield hit. That's going to be an infield hit for the catcher, Eldridge. Moving over to third on the play is going to be Carson Osborne. Cooper Roush to the plate. He started this all off back way in the beginning of the inning. Got hit by a pitch as he swings and misses there. Strike 1. Eldridge moves over to second on the play with stolen base. Jace Morgan comes set, fires. Ball high. Six runs across here in the third inning for the Green Devils. As Cooper Roush cuts strike 2. As he swings and misses there. Runs the count to 1-2. Carson Osborne on third base. Caleb Eldridge sitting there on second base. Green Devils threatening again. Jace Morgan with a nice hook there. As he gets Cooper Roush looking. That is the second out of the inning. Nice little curveball there. Caught the outside corner. That's going to bring Hutton Shively to the plate. Hutton Shively jumps all over the first pitch he sees, and it gets fouled down the third base line. Hutton Shively, he's 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles, 1 to center field, 1 to right field, with 1 RBI on the day so far. As Shively's going to swing at the second pitch, and he's going to foul that one off. Heads up parking lot. That's going to run the count to 0-2 on Mr. Shively. Jason Morgan gets the ball back. Quick pitch. As there's a swing and a miss for strike 3 in the third out of the inning, but not before North Adams strikes for 6 runs. North Adams takes a 14-0 lead as we head to the top of the 4th here on 99.5 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Love pizza? Snappy just made it even easier to satisfy your cravings. Download our brand new Snappy app today and unlock delicious perks. With Snappy Rewards, every order brings you closer to free pizza, exclusive deals, and VIP access to our latest creations. Order faster, earn rewards, and never miss out on a mouth-watering Snappy flavor. Search Snappy Tomato Pizza in your app store now and join the club where every bite pays off.
Jacob Day, Jace Morgan, Ian Abbott do up the bat for the Dragons here as we are in the top of the 4th inning. 14-0 Green Devils on top. We'd like to take this time to thank John Wood Insurance with location in Georgetown, West Union, Peebles, and Owensville. Proud sponsor of Shack Baseball action on your radio. John Wood Insurance Agency. If you need a good agent, make sure you stop by and see all the folks at John Wood Insurance Agency. Trace Evans still on the mound for the Green Devils. Trace so far in the game, 6 strikeouts. He's allowed 1 hit. I take that back. That was an error. Trace Evans allowed no hits, 6 strikeouts. He's given up 1 walk. And his Green Devil team has him ahead here. 14-0 as we enter the 4th inning. Tonight's contest, I should say. Don't forget to stay tuned after the game as we're going to name a Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. Brought to you by Snappy's in Seaman and West Union. Snappy's Pizza. I could go for a Snappy's Beast Pizza right now. What about you, Brandon? I'd like to give a big shout out to our Good Guys Radio TV producer, Mr. Brandon Rigdon. And then our studio producer back in the studios at 99.5, Miss Sarah Rigdon. I got the dynamic duo with me tonight, as they would say back at the station. As we are ready for first pitch here in the top of the 4th, Jacob Day in to bat. He reached on an error from the shortstop back in the 1st inning. He's going to look at ball 1 in the dirt. Jacob Day's got 24 at-bats, 12 runs, 13 hits, 5 doubles, 7 RBIs with 15 stolen bases on the year. As he's going to swing and miss. It's a nice off-speed pitch there by Evans. Thanks to Max Sells Real Estate for sponsoring this coverage. Max Sells Real Estate. They live here, they work here, they know here. Call Max for your real estate needs. That's going to be ball 2 in the dirt on Jacob Day. 2-1 count. Trace Evans, freshman pitcher for the Green Devils, comes set. And the 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. That runs the count 2-2 here. No outs here. Top of the 4th inning. 14-0 North Adams on top. Trace Evans trying to get the curveball in there. Just didn't quite make it to the plate. That's going to run the count full here. Shout out to our season sponsor, Williams Son Trucking. Get your motor running and roll on with Williams Son Trucking. As Jacob Day is going to swing and miss it. Strike 3 there. That's going to be the first out of the inning, and that's going to be Trace Evans' 7th strikeout of the game for the freshman hurler. That's going to bring number 21, Jace Morgan, to the plate. Jace flew out to the second baseman his first time at bat. As he's going to look at strike 1, just catching the outside corner. Let's get another Higgins Steel Roofing scoreboard update brought to you by Higgins Steel Roofing with locations in Hillsboro and Jackson. 14-0 here in the top of the fourth. As Jace Morgan comes to bat for the second time, he's going to run the count to 1-1 as he looks at ball one in the dirt. Trace Evans comes set. Big leg kick from the right-hand hurler. That's going to be outside. 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike count. I'll get it right eventually here, folks. As there's a foul ball off the backstop. That's going to run the count to 2-2. Jace Morgan, only a freshman. It's good to see him still out there after he took a foul ball off the wrist there back in the second inning as he was catching. So he's going to look at ball 3 in the dirt. Took a foul ball off the wrist. Good to see him back out there playing, batting here for the Dragons. Trace Evans comes set for the 3-2 pitch. That's ball high. That's going to be the second walk given up by Trace Evans in the ball game. Jace Morgan's going to take his place down at first base. That's going to bring to bat first baseman Ian Abbott. Abbott walked his first at bat. Morgan gets him a nice 2-step lead over there off first base. That's going to be high and inside for ball 1. Trace Evans, you think his pitch count's got to be getting up there a little bit. He's got to be getting a little tired as Morgan's going to take it at base, and that's third into center field. Third into center field there. Credit Morgan with a stolen base, and he's going to stay right at second. That was a ball there on the count, or ball there on the batter. That's going to run the count to 2 balls, 0 strikes, as Morgan and West Union are going to have their first runner in scoring position here today as Abbott looks at strike 1 there. Ian Abbott's got 8 at-bats on the year with 1 run, 3 hits. He's got 1 double. Evans with the big leg kick there. 3-1 count. Paying an awful lot of attention to the Dragons base runner out there on second base. That's going to be ball 4. Abbott going to work another walk. That's going to give runners on first and second. That's going to bring the bat to right fielder, Nick Barnett. Nick struck out looking his first time at bat. We got 1 out here in top of the 4th. Runners at first and second. That's going to be a ball inside. This and every game this season is brought to you by People's Monument Company. Sharing the life story of a loved one isn't just important today, it's important forever. People's Monument Company. It's going to be ball 2 in the dirt. Make sure you tune in tomorrow as we're going to have double header action, as that's going to be fired in at the top of the strike zone for strike 1. We're going to have double header action for you tomorrow as we're going to have a game on C103 and a game on 99.5 The Edge. We're also going to have another Good Guys game tomorrow, so make sure you tune in for that. Don Bowles and Ken Smith is going to be on the calls for those games. Evans fires a strike in there. Runs count 2-2. 1 out. Top 4th. Runners on first and second for the Dragons. Nick Barnett with swing and a miss. That's a strikeout swinging for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring the bat. That's going to bring to bat the third baseman, Ashton Ferguson. Ashton struck out swinging his first at bat on 3 pitches. Trace Evans trying to work his way out of a jam here as he walked 2 batters in the inning and he struck out 2 batters in the inning. So he's going to fire ball 1 in the dirt there. Freshman hurler now with 8 strikeouts on the day. There's a big swing and a miss by Ashton Ferguson, strike 1. Evans with 8 strikeouts on the day. He's 3 for 3 at the plate. You know what that's a formula for, Brandon? That's a formula for maybe he's after some pizza after the game. As Trace fires in strike 2, running the count to 1-2. 2 outs here. Runners on first and second for the Dragons. Evans comes set with a big leg kick as Ferguson's going to foul that one off. Staying alive, 1-2 count. Blake Herman umpiring in the field. Preston Groom's behind the plate tonight. Doing a nice job. Probably cooking out there a little bit as it's warmed up here on this wonderful spring day here at Seaman, Ohio. Ferguson with a little dribbler back to the pitcher, Evans. He's going to run it almost all the way over. That's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. Dragons strand 2. We're going to head to the bottom of the 4th here on 99.5 and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan. That's the Maggulac commitment every single day.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding. Family owned and operated since 1958.
Shout out to the Lynchburg Clay Mustangs coming out on top, 10-0 over there on our sister station C103. Lynchburg Mustangs cruising along. That runs their overall record in league to 9-0, and overall record record to 12-2 on the season. Lynchburg putting together a nice year, as we said earlier. State ranked number 11 in Division 5. Like we talked about earlier, folks, usually the last couple years there's only been 4 divisions. This year, the OHSAA decided to move to 7 divisions across the board. We did it in basketball. They're doing it in baseball, volleyball. Football was 7 divisions for the longest time and always has been, so they just decided to change it across the board. Now, what does that mean by going to 7 divisions? Well, it just splits up the schools a little bit more and gives us little guys a little bit more of a chance moving into regional and state tournament. So that's a little breakdown of the divisions. Up to bat here for the Green Devils. They're going to have the top of the order come back to bat here as we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1, 2, 3. Colin Toll, Trace Evans, Carson Rains. We are at Seaman High School, or North Adams High School in Seaman, Ohio. It is a gorgeous day for baseball action. My wife probably wants me to be home doing some gardening or something. I know that's what Sarah wants to do, ain't it, Brandon? Jace Morgan with the pitch. Fires in there, ball 1. Like we said, Colin Toll, Trace Evans, Carson Rains. We're going to have timeout on the field as head coach Brady Johnson wants to talk to his leadoff man. Catch you up a little bit on the stats here. Colin Toll is 1 for 2 in the ballgame as he reached on air in the first and scored. As there's a shot to the third baseman, Day. Plays it on the hop. Fires over to first. He's safe. As that is going to go down as another infield hit. For Colin Toll, that's going to run him to 2 for 3 on the day. Morgan comes set as we're going to have a pinch hitter. We're going to have a substitution into the ball game. 33, that is Jackson Kuchmar is going to bat for Trace Evans, the pitcher. Jackson Kuchmar, he's going to look at ball 1, and then he's going to look at strike. Colin Toll sitting over there on the first base. Kuchmar swings and misses for strike 2. That's going to run the count to 1-2 here. You're rolling for each and every game with Magulac Tire Service starting lineups. Remember Magulac Tire Service for all your tire needs on the road and on the farm. That's going to run the count. Oh, that's going to be a walk. I missed a pitch in there.
It's okay.
Kuchmar is going to earn himself a walk. Colin Toll is going to move over to second. The family at Wallace Thompson Funeral Home reminds you, don't tempt fate. That text can wait. Don't text and drive. A memo that you have heard since the day you probably got your license. As that's going to go down as a wild pitch pass ball. Runners on first and second. Carson Raines up to bat. Carson Raines playing right field today. Raines is going to wear that one and hustle his way down to first base. That's going to load the bases. We're going to have another substitution into the game. Freshman Trenton Maddox. He's going to come to bat in replace of Cash Hupp. Trenton Maddox, only a freshman. He's going to swing and miss there for strike 1. Strike 2. I missed another ball somewhere in there, Brandon. It's going to run the count to 0-2. Jace Morgan comes set. Tries a curveball in the dirt. It's going to make the count 1-2. We'll get inside the game with the Adams County Regional Medical Center Coaches Comment Show after the final out. That's presented by Adams County Regional Medical Center. As Trannon's going to foul one off behind the backstop here. Count will remain 1 ball, 2 strikes. Maddox with a little number back to the pitcher. Pitcher's going to fire over to first base, but there's going to be a run scored on the play. Colin Toll will score as Maddox will ground out to the pitcher for the first out in the inning, but he will be credited with an RBI. As both runners move up on the plate. Bringing Connor Young, the senior, to the plate. Before the game, it's Between the Baselines, brought to you by Ron Lynch at Edward Jones Investments. Listen in early and often and let Ron plan for your early future. As Connor Young's going to sky one into center field. That's going to drop in front of the center fielder for a base hit. Jackson Kuchmar is going to score on the play from third. And Carson Raines is going to move over to third as Connor Young's going to get credited with RBI single. That's going to bring the bat now the senior third baseman Carson Osborne. Carson is 2 for 3 on the day. Struck out in the first, infield hit in the second, and a single to left in the third. Carson Osborne going to look at strike one on the outside corner. Runners on the corner here, bottom fourth. Carson Osborne going to look at another one on the outside corner. Runs count to 1-2. Let's take a look at that Higgins scoreboard update brought to you by Higgins Still Roofing. And we'll get right back to that as Osborne's going to nub one down the first base line. Morgan on the play. He's going to throw him out. So that's going to be a ground out to the pitcher for the second out of the inning. But Osborne, credit him with another RBI on the play. 2 outs. The Higgins scoreboard update. 17-0 here in the bottom of the fourth inning as Eldridge swings and misses there at strike one. Eldridge is 1 for 3 in the ball game with a fly out to left in the second inning. Ground ball out to first base in the second inning as well. Batted twice in the second inning. And had an infield hit in the third inning. As Eldridge swings and misses there at strike number 2. Connor Young standing out on second base. Jace Morgan on the mound. Come into relief. This is his second inning of work now. See, he's going to pitch a ball high and outside. That's ball 1. Runs count to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Don't forget to stay tuned after the game as we name our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. That's going to be a drop third strike. He's going to throw it down the right field line. And Caleb Eldridge is going to reach on an E2. Had a strikeout there on the play.
Now batting number 41, Austin Bizans.
But the throw from the catcher goes into right field. That's going to move Connor Young over to third base. That's going to give us another substitution here as Austin Bizants is going to... Austin Bizants, as I am corrected. Austin Bizants is going to hit for Cooper Roush. And he is going to take strike 1. Or swing at strike 1, I should say. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bizants. That's going to be ball outside as I try to play catch up here a little bit. Getting all these changes in. As Bizants with a shot down the left field line. That's going to be a foul ball. Bizants jumped all over that heater and drove it down the left field line. Just foul. If it was 3 more inches to the right, it would have been a fair ball, and that probably would have cleared the bases. Instead, that's going to run the count to 2-2. Morgan comes set. The pitch. Curveball. Bizants is going to foul that one off. Bizants still looking for that first hit on the season as he's going to hit a dribbler out to the first base. First base is going to pick it up, tag the bag, and that is the third out of the inning. But not before the Green Devils strike for 3 more runs. They lead it 17-0 here as we head to the top of the 5th inning. We'll be right back after this on Good Guys Radio TV and Good Guys Radio TV presented by CMT Components.
What we believe matters because it shapes who we are. At First State Bank, we believe in rural communities. We have since our start in 1884. We're proud of where we come from. And while others have come and gone, we've remained, because standing by the folks you believe in is what a real local bank does. First State Bank, built on belief.
With all the financial headlines, are you wondering if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Ron Lynch, can help. If you have more questions than answers about what's next, we can work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by our office at 481 Tucker Drive in Maysville. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Top of the fifth inning here at North Adams High School. North Adams ahead 17-0 in high school baseball action. If you're ahead 10 runs heading into the bottom of the fifth inning, that is a complete ball game. So we are 3 outs away here for the Green Devils as the freshman pitcher Trace Evans. Have yourself a day, young man, out there on the mound. He's up to 8 strikeouts, I should say. All right, 3, 6, 8 strikeouts. He's 3 for 3 at the plate. Have yourself a day, Mr. Evans. Talk about a confidence builder for the freshman. Trace Evans has got 8 strikeouts. He's not allowed to hit yet. On the back of 1 error on the day for the Green Devils. So playing solid defense behind him and good pitching. The Dragons are going to send their 8, 9, and 1 batters to the plate. Bryson Francis, Carson Francis, and Jensen Dryden due up here in this inning. As Bryson Francis, the left fielder, are going to step in. He's going to take a look at ball 1 on the inside corner. Bryson Francis 1 at bat tonight. He struck out swinging in the second inning. So he's going to take a look at ball 2. That's going to catch the top of the zone for strike 1. These two teams will meet again, and if you're looking at your schedule, this game was supposed to be at West Union tonight, but West Union Field was still a little wet after all the rain they got last night, as there's a swing and a miss by Francis for strike 2. West Union got all that rain yesterday, and their field just was not ready to play. The crew over here at North Adams got their fields ready and said, come on over. So they're going to flip-flop those 2 games, as that is a ball spiked in the dirt. That's going to run the count full. But these 2 teams will play twice. This is the first meeting. They'll just flip-flop that on the schedule. So the next meeting between the 2 teams will be on Friday, May 9th. So on your schedule, if you're looking at Friday, May 9th, that's supposed to be at North Adams High School. That'll be flipped now, and that'll be at West Union High School, just so everybody knows. As Trace Evans comes for the full count pitch. Francis is going to dribble over to the third baseman. Osborne comes up firing for the first out of the inning.
Batting for the Dragons, number 26, Carson Francis.
That's going to bring up number 26, Carson Francis. Carson is catching now. Started off the day in right field. Carson struck out swinging his first time in the third inning as he looks at strike 1. Trace Evans, the freshman hurler, still out there battling here in the top of the 5th inning. And still throwing missiles in there. 0-2 count here on the catcher for the Dragons, Carson Francis. Francis is going to catch that one off the inside of the bat. And that's going to be a ground out to the second baseman, as Cash Hupp is going to re-enter into the game out there at second base. And throw the ball over to first there. That's going to take us back up to the top of the order, Mr. Jensen Dryden. Jensen's 0 for 2 in the ball game with a fly out to second base his first time up, and a ground ball to the shortstop his second time at bat. Evans fires the ball in there. Ball just a little bit outside. One-0 pitch. Evans comes set, fires. Dryden swing and misses. Strike one. Jensen Dryden with a 483 on-base percentage, 167 batting average on the year. As Evans fires. That's going to be strike two called at the top of the zone on the outside corner. That's going to run the count to 1-2 here. Swing and a miss on the check swing, strike three, and that's going to be the ball game, folks. Final score from North Adams High School, 17-0, as North Adams tops the Dragons. We're going to begin our post-game show right after this here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Our business is helping you grow. We're Baxter Tractor. We take care of you like family.
We've been growing since 1946. As your Kubota dealer, our focus is to help you grow today and into the future. Stop by one of our locations today, visit with our folks, and see our entire lineup of Kubota products.
Our business is helping you grow. Baxter Tractor.
What's one of our shows that our listeners love the most?
Yeah, I got a couple things here to sell today.
That's right. It's the Trash and Treasure Trading Post on C103 weekdays starting at 12:30 p.m.
Oh, yes, I'm a private collector.
Get your items on the air by calling 937-544-9722. You can also try out the mailbag items. It's $2 a day, $5 for 3 days. Mail your listings to P.O. Box 103, West Union, Ohio, 45693.
Got a lot of other miscellaneous, too.
And we'll help you turn your trash into treasure.
Leadership Adams will be hosting their second annual golf scramble at Hilltop Golf Course on Friday, May 23rd. Tee time is at 8 a.m. We are currently seeking sponsors to help make this event a success. Your support will not only gain valuable exposure for your business, but it will also demonstrate your commitment to our community. Proceeds will benefit Women Helping Women and the Winchester Storybook Trail. We would be honored to have your support and involvement. Contact a Leadership Adams member today.
2 with one strikeout. Fly out to second base in the first. In the third, ground out to shortstop. And in the fifth, he struck out. Owen Davis, he goes 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Struck out in the first and struck out in the third. Jacob Day goes 0 for 1 on the day as he reached on an error in the first inning and struck out in the fourth inning. Jace Morgan, he goes 0 for 1 on the day as he flew out to the second baseman in the first inning. In the fourth inning, he earned himself a walk and a stolen base as he was got all the way up to second base. Ian Abbott on the day, he's the key eye on the team as he goes 0 for 0 on the day but earns himself 2 walks. Nick Barnett goes 0 for 2. Second inning and grounds out to third base in the fifth inning. He goes 0 for 2 on the day. Carson Francis goes 0 for 2 on the day with 1 strikeout in the third inning and a ground ball to second base in the second inning. Pitching stats for the Dragons. Starting off with Jacob Day, he had 2 strikeouts, gave up 12 hits, 2 stolen bases, 2 hit by pitches. With 4 errors committed behind him, he left 4 stranded on base and gave up 10 runs. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back and look at the victors on the scoreboard, North Adams Green Devil stats, and we will do that right after this here on Good Guys Radio TV and 99.5 The Edge, Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Big box home improvement stores don't brag about their customer service and knowledgeable staff, and that's because they rarely have either one. Do you really want electrical and plumbing advice from a person who was assembling patio furniture yesterday? Nope. Get what you need from the pros at West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply. They now have an expanded hardware line to complement the electrical and plumbing parts, plus handy tips and advice to help you get the job done. West Union Electric and Plumbing Supply, 1 block south of the courthouse on Walnut Street in West Union. ProGen's next-generation technology flooring is designed to stand up to the demands of modern life, and it's available now at the Winchester Carpet Outlet. Because ProGen is durable, waterproof, dimensionally stable, and easy to install, it can be used in any room, including rooms that are most prone to moisture and spills, like kitchens and baths. For top-quality flooring, service, and selection at prices that'll floor you, visit the Winchester Carpet Outlet, just off State Route 32 on Tri-County Road, just a few miles west of Winchester, Ohio, and online at winchestercarpetoutlet.com.
Welcome back to the post-game show here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components. Final score here tonight, North Adams coming away victorious 17-0. We'll take a look at the batting stats for North Adams. Colin Toll, leadoff man. He reached on an error in the first inning and come around to score. In the second inning, he reached on a infield single to the shortstop and was credited with an RBI, and later coming around and scored in the inning. In the third inning, he grounded out to the pitcher, but was credited with an RBI. And in the fourth inning, he reached on an infield hit and later come around and scored. He goes 2 for 3 on the day with 2 singles and 2 RBIs. Trace Evans, he goes 3 for 3 on the day. Double in the first inning, double in the second inning, and an infield hit in the third inning. And we will come back to that, ladies and gentlemen, as we're going to have head coach Brady Johnson join us here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV with our Coach's Comment Show. And we'll be right back after this on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
I wanted to prove to myself that I could go to college and get my degree.
What if I went to Southern State? What if I'm able to go and become that nurse or that lawyer or that teacher? Southern State Community College allows students to rise above the circumstances that they're surrounded by and become something more than they ever dreamed possible.
Your plan is ready. It's time to build. At CMT Components, we design and manufacture quality building materials for your custom job. If you need metal panels and trim, trusses, or even a complete pole barn package, we do it all, including delivering right to your job site. To get started, call us at 937-446-3400. You can also check us out online or stop by our office in Sardinia, Ohio to discuss your plans today. Let's get building.
Creating a memorial to honor a lost loved one is a time-honored tradition. Whether it's a graveside monument, a cremation monument, or a pet memorial, the craftsmen at Peoples Monument Company will walk you through every step of the process, from concept to completion. Visit Peoples Monument Company, located on North Main Street in Peoples, and online at peoplesmonument.com. Choose Peoples Monument Company because sharing the life story of a loved one with those who matter most isn't just important today, it's important forever.
Coach Mr. Brady Johnson. Brady, it's got to feel good to get another win under your belt here early in the season, or I guess middle of the season now.
Yeah, you take wins anywhere you can take them, in this league, so.
Yeah, definitely worth the while, and definitely a good confidence builder moving forward for you guys. Looking at the schedule coming up, looks like you got Eastern, Fayetteville, and Peebles coming up. The Shack this year, we keep saying it over and over again, but if you play in this league, you got to come ready to play every night because there's no off nights anywhere around as teams have just improved throughout the season.
I mean, they have. I mean, every game, I tell the guys you can't take anything for granted and you can't overlook anybody. It's got to be full throttle from first pitch to the last out.
kind of younger this year, your ball club. You got a few returners, and it's nice to see the couple of seniors come out and play again, as Connor Young and Carson Osborne coming out to play. But I want to talk a little bit about your freshman pitcher on the mound tonight. We talk about confidence booster.
Mm-hmm.
That young man pitched a phenomenal game tonight, not to mention a phenomenal game pitching. But then he goes to the plate. He goes 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and 4 RBIs at the plate. Talk about your freshman pitcher there a little bit.
I mean, Trey's, exceptional talent. He's going to be good. Getting to see him for the next 3 years, I feel bad for the rest of the league. But, coming out here, doing what we asked him to do, ended up throwing a no-hitter tonight. There's not much more you can ask of him as a freshman coming out.
I agree. A couple of other, stats that kind of stick out to us. Cash Hupp had a couple nice hits. Connor Young had a good game. Carson Osborne, your senior leader's having a good game there. Just all around a good team win tonight. Any final thoughts or anything like that you want to say going into the rest of the week?
I mean, like we kind of talked about, just building that confidence up, and having the ability to say, yes, we can do this. It, like you said, with the Shack, there's no nights off, and just being able to go out there and win and compete against everybody. Earlier in the year we struggled a little bit hitting, and hopefully this kind of jump starts us.
Absolutely. Well, Brady, I just want to say congratulations and good luck the rest of the way, as we're going to take our final break here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Love pizza? Snappy just made it even easier to satisfy your cravings. Download our brand new Snappy app today and unlock delicious perks. With Snappy Rewards, every order brings you closer to free pizza, exclusive deals, and VIP access to our latest creations. Order faster, earn rewards, and never miss out on a mouth-watering Snappy flavor. Search Snappy Tomato Pizza in your app store now and join the club, where every bite pays off.
Don't let a blown tire slow you down this season. Trust Maggulac Tire Service in Hillsboro to keep you on the roll and in the field. At Maggulac, they offer on-the-farm ag and tire service, saving you downtime and saving you money. Call Maggulac Tire Service for all your tire needs at 937-364-2592 or stop in on Route 50 in Hillsboro. At Maggulac Tire Service, their emphasis is on great service. That's more than just a slogan. That's the Maggulac commitment every single day.
Trying to find a durable new look for your retail office, house, garage, or new barn dominium? Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding has added 2 new profiles within the past year that would make great options. A heavier 26-gauge metal board and batten with several colors to choose from adds a fresh new look to any project regardless of size. Or come in and check out our new options for standing seam. If it's steel roofing and siding, it comes from Higgins. Located in Hillsboro and Jackson, Higgins Steel Roofing and Siding. Family owned and operated since 1958.
Welcome back to North Adams High School. We're going to finish out our post-game show. We're going to continue our stats here for the victors, North Adams Green Devils. We left off with Mr. Trace Evans, but we're going to leave him for the end, as you can probably figure out why. Carson Raines, the right fielder, he grounds out the shortstop in the first inning. Singles to left field in the second inning, hit by a pitch in the third inning, and he was hit by a pitch in the fourth inning as he goes 1 for 2 on the day, with 2 hit by pitches in a single. Cash Hupp, he's going to go 2 for 3 on the day. Actually, he's going to go 2 for 2 on the day, and Trannon Maddox is going to go 0 for 1 on the day as he subbed in there in the fourth inning and batted for Cash Hupp. Connor Young, the senior, he's going to go 3 for 4 on the day. He had 3 singles and 3 RBIs for Connor Young, the senior. Carson Osborne, he's going to go 2 for 4 on the day. 2 singles and 2 RBIs. Caleb Eldridge, he's going to go 1 for 3 on the day with an infield single in the third inning. Cooper Roush, he's going to go 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts and a hit by a pitch. And then Austin Bazance is going to go 0 for 1 on the day as he come in to bat for Cooper Roush in the fourth inning, and he grounded out to the first baseman. Hunting Shively, he's going to go 2 for 3 on the day with 3 RBIs, 2 singles, and he struck out 1 time going 2 for 3 on the day. Now back up to Mr. Trace Evans. Why'd we leave him for last? Well, you can pretty much figure it out. The young man throws a complete game no-hitter here tonight at North Adams High School on the back of 9 strikeouts. Only 2 over the limit or the maximum for faced pitchers. So just a couple walks in there. Then at the plate, Trace Evans goes 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, a single, and 4 RBIs. So I guess it's we only got one thing left to do, and that's name our Snappy Tomato Pizza Player of the Game. And I guess it's no mystery here. We're going to give it to the freshman, Mr. Trace Evans. Throws a no-hitter here tonight at North Adams High School and goes 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, 1 single, and 4 RBIs. Congratulations, Mr. Trace Evans. For Brandon Rigdon, our Good Guys producer, Sarah Rigdon, our studio producer, I'm Caleb Rayburn. You guys have a pleasant good evening, and we will see you next time. As that's the end of the ball game here on 99.5 The Edge and Good Guys Radio TV, presented by CMT Components.
Thank you for tuning in. Rewatch this video and many more on demand at goodguysradiotv.com.